In LA this week, Universal Studios supercharges its famed studio tour with a new heart-pumping Fast and Furious ride.
More affordable housing for seniors brings new revitalization to South LA. I'm Anna Marcos, and we'll have more on the new Broadway Villa complex coming up.
A summer program helping families stay cool and safe this summer. Hello and welcome to LA This Week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Yana Kay. Our top story this week, folks got supercharged at the Universal lot as the studio debuted its much-anticipated Fast and Furious attraction, taking visitors on a wild ride they won't soon forget. Rasha Goel has more.
It was a star-studded affair with cast members and filmmakers at Universal Studios' launch of Fast and Furious Supercharged. The new thrill ride is the grand finale to the famous studio tour and now open to the public.
We have the best team creative in the world. We are so excited to continue to give you the best that we can create with integrity.
Diesel and his co-stars are all featured in the attraction, which takes park-goers on a simulated car chase with the help of 3D glasses and 360-degree screens. It's one even the actors are excited about.
To see the movie in a ride format, like I said, there's no other way to explain it except for everybody in the car said, "Can we do it again?" It's so awesome.
I've never in my life seen a screen that big that rides for so long. It's so cool.
City leaders say the ride will be another added attraction for tourists to visit. The Universal Studios theme park has already been a huge contributor to bringing in revenue to the city.
They ushered in an economic impact of $18.4 billion. That means jobs, that means fun, and that means people seeing what this city is about and coming back for more.
And as the #1 tourist destination in LA, Universal Studios Hollywood is shifting into high gear as we reimagine over 75% of our entire property.
And this is just the beginning of a journey parkgoers will remember for a lifetime. I'm Rasha Goel for LA This Week.
The Fast and Furious franchise has become one of the most successful in box office history. Well, South LA has something new in the neighborhood, a $15 million complex that makes housing more affordable for seniors and could bring in some economic activity as well. Anna Marcos takes a look as the Broadway Villas open for business.
Call it a housewarming party for the several dozen seniors who now call this place home. The Broadway Villas have opened their doors with 49 affordable housing units for seniors and homeless residents. Nathaniel Vaughn, a former truck driver for the Port of LA, is one of them. He fell on hard times after learning he had diabetes and having his leg amputated.
I'm not ashamed. I was suicidal. Didn't want to live anymore. When you lose your family, when you lose your home, you lose your car, you lose all your bank accounts and everything. You know, what am I here for? Was there any need for me to go on?
Nathaniel became homeless. Like many seniors, his income was not enough to pay the high LA rents.
Some of those percentages are as high as 70% of people's income going towards rent, which is really, really crazy. And those that are most highly impacted in those high percentages are those folks that are making lower income. Seniors are typically, impacted, especially seniors that are living on SSI.
The complex is zoned for both residential and commercial use, and we hear there will be a grocery store on the premises. But affordable housing is in such high demand that all the units are already taken.
There's a couple of things that are missing, and if you drive through this community, you'll see there is an absence of grocery stores, there's an absence of drug stores, there's an absence of restaurants, and so we thought about how could we serve the population, particularly seniors in this facility, the facility to the south and the surrounding community. And we came up with the idea that when Maurice was entitling this, that we wanted to have a grocery store.
And look at this, gardens, picnic tables, a barbecue area, a community room, and computer lab are all part of the perks. Some of the rents here, depending on your income, can be as low as $300.
It's a very good feeling living here. It's better. I've been out there, and it's no fun out there, but here I really love it. This is my home.
And home for Nathaniel means a place where he can spend his time doing what he really loves, building model airplanes according to real military specifications. His next dream, getting a contract with the military to buy the model planes. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
It was a project many years in the making, but Councilmember Parks said he was glad it got finished before the end of his term in office. An inspirational Silver Lake resident is remembered by the city council members and the city of Los Angeles. Rich Samuels has more.
For 47 years, Joseph Gatto brought arts education to generations of young students. He inspired thousands. And he was murdered in November of 2013. On Father's Day, he was honored in the heart of the community he loved.
The city of Los Angeles, in its efforts to recognize great citizens, often picks locations where community gathers, where one maybe at a red light will stop and look at the name and be reflective of who that person is. This man was a great father, a great teacher, and a great artist.
It's our duty as this council to memorialize the life of Joseph Gatto, a man who gave so much to his family, to his community, to many students that he impacted in the art industry.
The fact that his kids went into public service, I think, is no coincidence. I think it's the values that he instilled on them, and certainly a great positive impact.
Joseph Gatto is the incredible Renaissance man that I never had the privilege of meeting in person.
He taught for 47 years in Los Angeles and saved so many lives, inspired so many young people who are doing great things today.
The murder of Joseph Gatto remains unsolved. This is Rich Samuels for LA This Week.
Joseph Gatto was one of the founding members of the Los Angeles County High School for the Arts. While an ongoing summer program is helping families stay cool and active, Rasha Goel has more on how Angelinos are celebrating the summer with a splash.
Nothing like cooling down in the summer heat. And now, thanks to the Operation Splash program, which is kicking off its 10th year, kids and adults can learn to swim for free at LA City pools.
Pool safety. Having the junior lifeguards, having people learn to swim will prevent unnecessary injuries and deaths this year.
It's done in collaboration with LA City Department of Recreation and Parks, with Kaiser Permanente, one of our great healthcare providers and one of our great partners, and with the LA 84.
Parents are excited about the program.
This is like exercise. It's really good for their arm strength and stuff, leg strength. So I believe it's perfect. I love it. I love that they did that.
This year, Kaiser Permanente Southern California kicked off Operation Splash at Downey Pool in Lincoln Heights by celebrating the Special Olympics and presenting the City of LA's Department of Recreation and Parks Aquatics Division with a $240,000 grant.
I want to take this moment to thank our partners like Kaiser, who for 10 years have been working with us, making sure that over 100,000 children and their families have had access to these pools.
I'd like to also say, I'd like you all to come out and join us this year when we welcome about 7,000 athletes from 177 countries to the swimming events. Everyone here, of course, interested in swimming events. They'll be held at USC, open water swimming in Long Beach, for the first time in Special Olympics.
The LA Department of Recreation and Parks aquatic programs have offered Special Olympics programs for over 20 years. Luke Rose, who will be competing this year, has been swimming with Special Olympics for 8 years.
I also would like to thank the kids to cheer on Team USA and let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt.
Regardless of winning or not, it will be a splash of a lifetime. I'm Rasha Goel for LA This Week.
The Special Olympic Games will be held from July 25th through August 2nd. Well, we recently introduced you to 3 proposed LA Convention Center designs, all of which seek to revamp the facility. Now we take a closer look at the plans from the architect's perspective. Anna Marcos has more.
LA's Convention Center is a step closer to getting a total makeover. 3 hand-picked architectural firms presented plans for what LA's future, bigger, better convention center will look like.
It's not just the exterior, it's not just the interior, it's how it interacts with the existing space. So there's many things to look at. So we're here today to listen.
City leaders from the Board of Public Works and the Convention and Tourism Commissions watched and listened as the architects took the floor. The prerequisites, a design plan under $350 million, which includes 1 million square feet of convention space. LA operates with a fraction of the space of nearby cities like San Diego and Anaheim, and city leaders want LA to compete.
Any one of these 3 firms is totally capable of doing a fantastic project for the city.
For the firm A.C. Martin LMN, a new convention center wasn't just about the extra space, but selling visitors on the vision of LA.
They go up on the terrace and they experience this beautiful dusk sky. The delegate from Minneapolis Instagrams herself and puts up the picture and tells her friends, guess what? Look where I am. Wouldn't you like to be here?
The A.C. Martin plan also included the most dramatic ballroom on top of the convention center. Meanwhile, the Gensler-Lehrer firm envisioned a convention center belonging not just to visitors, but to Angelenos. Besides an expanded Gil Lindsay Park, it included built-up space in the corridor along Pico Boulevard.
Every level, from the ground level to the exhibition level to the roof level, is open to the sky, interconnected and brimming with activity.
And the HMC Populous firm featured both an indoor ballroom and a great outdoor ballroom, the hope being that it attracts more outdoor activities and events.
We are the only firm in the world dedicated exclusively to the planning and design of public assembly facilities. Nobody else can make that claim.
In the end, the city engineer chose the HMC Populous project. The city council must now approve the plan before work gets underway. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
The new LA Convention Center plan includes space for a high-rise hotel. LA falls far behind other cities in the number of hotel rooms available to accommodate convention guests. Well, it's known as the crown jewel of the San Fernando Valley, but now the Hansen Dam Recreation Center has even more reason to shine as city officials give it a much-needed polish. The wide-open space at the Hansen Dam Recreation Area is a popular destination among hikers, walkers, cyclists, and joggers. Many say they use the park on a daily basis.
This is like our main park where we come and train for our big races that we do. As these guys just ran the LA Marathon. This is their main camp where we come and train.
But officials hope to attract even more park goers after making some much-needed improvements to the recreation area, which is the second largest regional park in the city behind Griffith Park.
Being big means that we have to do everything that we can in the city to make sure that it becomes not just a big park, but one that's available for the entire community to use.
Many park goers were concerned because the old parking lot lacked clearly defined parking spaces, causing unsafe conditions. But the Department of Rec and Parks listened to those concerns and addressed them.
Today, we now have a parking lot that is safe for the community.
Community members and city officials unveiled the improvements with a ribbon cutting. The new parking lot now features clearly painted and defined parking and bike spaces, a single entry and exit point with directional arrows, and new fencing and barriers. In addition, a separate walking area from the parking lot was also created to improve access and safety for pedestrians. A new ranger station was also added, as well as new exercise equipment.
Thank you for the great job you guys did in here. It looks much nicer.
Councilmember Felipe Fuentes said the goal of the Department of Recreation and Parks is to make sure residents live healthy, happy, and sustainable lifestyles. A new amenity along the LA River. It's a quarter-mile stretch of park space with new paving, signage, and bike trails. And as Gil Reyes reports, plans call for adding even more. Yay!
LA Mayor Eric Garcetti takes advantage of the LA River's newest bike and pedestrian trail. Valley Heart Riverwalk Park stretches from Studio City to Sherman Oaks. And the city has plans to add even more park space throughout the river's path.
I'm going to be so excited to raise my daughter in a city linked together by open spaces that will be 20 times longer than Central Park. Think about that for a second. That's how long the LA River is in the city of LA.
Plans are to add river park amenities from the valley to Long Beach. It's all part of the LA River Revitalization Plan, removing much of the concrete and restoring its natural beauty, while adding features for cyclists, joggers, everyone to enjoy. Councilman Tom LaBonge forgot his bike, so he settled for running.
You gotta give me my bike! This is what it's all about, reclaiming this land. You mentioned Central Park in New York is 980 acres. Griffith Park's 4,500 acres. And now this whole lineage is going to be more and more and more.
We can have a park within a half mile of every resident within the city of Los Angeles. That's a huge goal that we have, but we must set goals like that.
As plans for more parks keep rolling along. Along the LA River in Sherman Oaks, Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
The $3.5 million project in Sherman Oaks allows easy access on the north side of the river. While this week we continue our look at CityLink LA, an initiative that officials say will help enhance city services by providing high-speed broadband throughout all of LA. This is LA's Emergency Operations Center, a large open room with the latest state-of-the-art technology. All is quiet now, but when there's a citywide emergency, all hands are on deck. The center becomes the main headquarters for city leaders and department heads as they monitor the situation, plan recovery efforts, and keep Angelenos informed.
Because an informed community not only is a community that's able to respond, but it's also a community that's able to recover, which makes us overall the resilient city that we strive to be.
But while the city's crisis communications operations are highly advanced, city leaders want to make them even better through a new initiative called CityLink LA, a program that will provide high-speed internet and Wi-Fi throughout all of LA. Here at the Emergency Operations Center, officials say that during an emergency, time is their enemy. But they say with high-speed broadband, they'll be able to disseminate critical information to the public even faster.
In terms of moving information out, accurate, substantive, timely information is essential to the public's understanding of what government's doing. Having access to high-speed internet, that just gives us another method to transmit the information.
In addition to strengthening emergency communications, officials say that other city services will also be greatly enhanced. Here at the Central Library in downtown LA, high-speed broadband access will only help advance the library's mission of providing content to all Angelenos.
Greater availability of the internet, greater broadband is huge and very important to the public library, because when people have that access at home, in their business, at 3 o'clock in the morning, we want them to be downloading books, checking ebooks out from our libraries. We want them to go online and find out about a story time at the Watts Branch Library. We want them to learn that the public library has classes in how to sign up for Covered California, or to learn about how to become a U.S. citizen, or a financial literacy program, or all the other great things that we do.
Community advocates say city residents who live in working class and immigrant communities will receive the greatest benefit of high-speed broadband because many of them just don't have access to the internet.
Any opportunity to bring high-speed broadband to our neighborhoods at little or no cost to residents would be a sort of new way to access city services, and a new and bigger way to access information and resources that affect communities and families of color.
All this access that officials say will go a long way in bridging that digital divide. City officials have issued a request for proposal and are now accepting bids from interested internet providers. Well, the new Fast and Furious ride at Universal Studios is certainly heating up the summer and social media. Here's more on the ride's opening day in This Week in Tweets. There was plenty of heart-pumping action on the Universal lot as the studio debuted its Fast and Furious ride, supercharged in true Hollywood fashion. Ready, set, go, Universal Studios tweeted. #FastFuriousRide now open at Universal Studios Hollywood. Yahoo Movies tweeted a pic of one of the movie stars, Michelle Rodriguez, posting, "The super cool M-Rod official making her way down the red carpet." Universal tweeted a pic with stars Vin Diesel and Tyrese Gibson with his daughter, tweeting, "Picture perfect moment with Vin Diesel at Tyrese and his daughter." The studio also tweeted a pic of the car in midair, posting, "We put the pedal to the metal, hashtag Fast Furious Ride, grand opening event." Universal is currently celebrating its 50th anniversary of its famed studio tour. And that's a look at This Week in Tweets. While the city takes a major step in reducing its carbon footprint, a city council member is recognized for his support of community organizations, and skateboarders have reason to be stoked as the very first skate park opens up in Council District 3. These stories and more in CityBeat. Mayor Eric Garcetti has signed an agreement to sell off the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power's share in the Navajo coal-fired energy plant in Arizona, a move that brings the city closer to ending its dependence on coal energy. The agreement calls for the city to start purchasing renewable geothermal power instead. Officials say the sale of Navajo will reduce LA's greenhouse gas emissions by the equivalent of 1 million cars over the next 3.5 years. The action will also put LADWP on a path to end power deliveries from the plant by mid-2016, about 3.5 years ahead of the date mandated by state legislation. Councilmember Mitchell Englander was honored recently by Valley Village for his continued commitment to LA organizations that are devoted to supporting people with developmental challenges. The barbecue took place during Valley Village's summer fundraiser at Orchid Ranch in West Hills. Folks mingled, took plenty of photos, and as you can see here, enjoyed great food. Valley Village continually serves the housing needs of more than 400 men and women with developmental challenges. Councilmember Bob Blumenfield and other city leaders helped the community inaugurate the Lanark Skate Plaza, a brand new 14,000 square foot street-style skate park at Lanark Recreation Center in Canoga Park. Blumenfield said the Lanark Skate Plaza will be a great place for kids to stay active, learn a sport, and do it in a way that is safe and fun. The skate park is the first to be built west of the Sepulveda Basin and features a poured-in-place street plaza with rails, ledges, and transitions. Lanark Recreation Center was identified as a potential skate park site by the Department of Rec and Parks in 2008. Los Angeles City Council Mayor Eric Garcetti and City Attorney Mike Feuer bid farewell to Councilmember Tom LaBonge as he steps down after 4 decades of public service. Among several heartfelt remarks about the impact LaBonge has had on the city, the mayor also highlighted LaBonge's signature style.
He taught me how to always go like this at the end of a press conference. He taught me how to take a guy and just go like this the whole time and shove him here. Like everybody's had the Tom where he's like, and this guy's great, and here. By the end, you got to go to the doctor to get work on your shoulder.
LaBonge, with his family by his side, received a certificate for his service, along with plenty of hugs and remarks from his colleagues. The packed ceremony concluded with photos and a standing ovation. LaBonge leaves office at the end of June. The Los Angeles Zoo has set aside one special night to celebrate its connection with Angelinos. And one special Angelino from the city family was honored. Rich Samuels has more.
It's been called one of LA's biggest and most popular fundraisers. It's brought in more than $1 million every year for the LA Zoo. With more than 800 attendees and a star-studded cast, the Beastly Ball returned this June for its 45th year.
The Beastly Ball is the time we celebrate every year the importance of the zoo to the community and also celebrate some of the people that have helped us in our work towards our mission.
To be able to take your family through a beautiful piece of property like this and see all these interesting, wonderful animals, but then to learn something.
It's the best night of the year. You just get to take a wonderful tour of our zoo, meet a lot of the animals, and we have so many amazing food sponsors are here.
Amongst those honored this year, actor-philanthropist Lance Bass, and one very special longtime supporter.
Hey, Polly, good to see you.
Tonight in particular, we're thanking Councilman LaBonge for the number of years that as a councilman, but also as a city staffer, the support that he's provided for the LA Zoo.
You're giving me a little bit of honor, which I'm very thankful for, because I love the zoo, and I hope you do too.
Tom understands the importance of the zoo, not only to District 4, but to the entire city. making a difference in kids' lives, making a difference in the public's life, but also the conservation work that we do worldwide.
But just because Tom LaBonge is leaving council, he won't be disappearing from the zoo.
I'll certainly be supportive of the zoo forever and always.
From the Los Angeles Zoo, I'm Rich Samuels for LA This Week.
Tom LaBonge has been an LA Zoo advocate for more than 14 years. Well, if you're planning on celebrating the 4th of July in true American fashion, we've got you covered with plenty of fireworks festivities. Here are some things to do. If you're on the hunt for a cheap, lively way to celebrate Uncle Sam, shake it over to Graham Park on Saturday, July 4th and watch downtown LA light up for free. This 4th of July, Graham Park hosts a unique block party featuring scrumptious food trucks fare, live music, and of course, fireworks. The music begins while the sun is still high in the sky, so grab your best friends, the family, and enjoy a bit of togetherness under the beautiful Angelino sky. Your four-legged friends are totally invited. Graham Park is the place to celebrate together with music, food, and an incredible fireworks display launched from the Civic Center skyline. The event begins at 3 p.m. Graham Park is located at 200 North Grand Avenue. For more, visit grandparkla.org. 4th of July celebrations wouldn't be complete without a parade, right? So head on over to the 67th Annual Pacific Palisades 4th of July Parade, the highlight of every 4th of July in the area. The parade has grown to be one of the top Independence Day parades in the entire U.S., so come join your neighbors and enjoy the best bands and equestrian units in the country, marching alongside community groups, local celebrities, neighbors, and kids. The 2015 parade theme is Palisades Parade, Pride, Passion, Patriotism. The parade route is on Sunset Boulevard between Via de la Paz and Drummond Streets in Pacific Palisades. The festivities begin at 2 p.m. More details can be found at palisadesparade.org. There's something about watching fireworks over the ocean. Every year in Marina del Rey, fireworks explode over the Marina Channel, and spectators gather all over to watch. Celebrate the holiday in Marina del Rey with a spectacular fireworks show over the water. Fireworks are shot from a barge across the marina's main channel, lighting up the night sky and water below. Depending upon weather and cloud cover on the night of the show, the fireworks can usually be seen throughout the marina and from the waterfront side of most hotels, restaurants, beaches, apartments, and anchorages. You may be able to get a glimpse of the fireworks from as far as Playa del Rey and Venice Beach Pier. Popular locations to watch the fireworks are Fisherman's Village, Burton Chase Park, and Marina Beach. The show begins at 9 p.m. and lasts approximately 20 minutes. For more details, go to visitmarinadelrey.com. And that's a look at some things to do. Well, that's going to do it for this edition. I'm Yana Kin. From all of us here at LA This Week, thanks for joining us. A reminder that you can catch us online at lacitybeview.org, and you can also follow and like us on Facebook. We'll see you back here next week for more of LA This Week.